arm of strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect, cause ain't.
Hello, Gametrollers, and welcome to the Gametroller podcast number 4. So, little voice there. So, format's been changed a little bit for most of my videos. Starting from now on, podcasts will only be the 30 plus minute videos. Every other video, if it goes over 30 minutes, I'll split it into different parts so you can watch those. Also, a bit of just an update. There will be gaming videos one of these days. There will be gaming videos. I've done really bad gaming videos in the past, but now we're gonna get real proper ones that are properly recorded and everything. At least by the end of the year, that might be a thing. So yeah, but today we're talking about the WWE Draft 2016. It was an interesting draft. There was no returns, really. I mean, technically, there were no returns. There were a few main roster debuts. And overall, SmackDown pretty much just got wrecked. Like, they have a couple good picks here and there, but all in all, it's just like, it's dead. They're dead now. They're just dead. Like, seriously, so... it almost went, well, not exactly, it almost went like how I imagined it to be. Like, I did the draft predictions. You can go and watch that video, and I put a lot of the people that are on Raw and SmackDown to be on those shows, and they got drafted to those shows. Like, and then I was like, it's really hard picking 30 people, and all that kind of stuff. WWE, they just went pull out people out of the woodwork I couldn't even think of. So, yeah. And I found out the rules for the WWE Draft before it even happened. So, I'm going to talk about who got drafted now. The individuals. This is how the video is going to go. I'm going to talk about the individual people who got drafted to what show. And then I'm going to, Wikipedia has a few, like, interesting tidbits that I'm gonna read to, and, after that, I'm gonna do, like, a mini countdown. I'll be talking about the top feuds that they will have for, each show coming up in the future. Of course, after this draft, after SummerSlam, each show will have their own respective pay-per-view, so there'll be 2 pay-per-views a month instead of like before, when they had like on one show, on one pay-per-view it was SmackDown, on the pay-per-view the next month it's Raw, and that kind of stuff. So they would have like 2 months builds on feuds. No, they're not doing that anymore. They sort of have just Raw and SmackDown have their own pay-per-view each month. Maybe they alternate in terms of who comes first and who comes last. Anything, I'm not sure. And I don't know when it's gonna be. Like, if it's like the second week, they're gonna have a pay-per-view, and the week after that, they're gonna have a pay-per-view. Anyway, it's gonna be really, like, just fast and everything, and feuds won't get built, but, what you get with WWE, man. Anyways, welcome to Camp WWE, man. Anyways. Seriously, that's just what's going down now. But anyways, so let's go. So they had 30 picks on the main SmackDown Live show, and main televised show, and they were picked by the actual GMs and commissioners. Well, on the WWE Network, it was the Draft Center with the just, I guess you could call them the squad, just the backstage squad: Booker T, Lita, Corey Graves, and Renee Young. So, yeah, and they were on the WWE Network, and they picked the next 30 drafts. Now, the WWE Network one was honestly pretty weak. Like, the thing I loved about it was Renee Young just putting over the Golden Truth getting picked first. Like, that's the best thing. Just like, the Golden Truth. She was actually going wild. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's go. So, First, Raw gets the first pick, and they picked Seth Rollins, who Steph was like, he's gonna win the championship tonight, blah blah blah. Yeah, that didn't happen. So Seth Rollins going on Raw. Dean Ambrose, the WWE champion, going on SmackDown. The women's champion, Charlotte, going on Raw. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, going on SmackDown. Like, the only two good picks, really, if you think about it, for SmackDown. Like, the picks that and the only people I'm gonna watch, you know. Yeah. Like, AJ Styles, he's ready to fly. Dean Ambrose, he's ready to go to Arkham, I guess. Next, a massive one for Raw, and this is why I say SmackDown just got buried alive, like 6 feet under, like just like, they're suffocating at this point, like they're dead, like they're not coming back from this. We got Finn Balor going on Raw, like seriously, Finn Balor, man, longest reigning NXT champion. Well, I think he's the longest reigning NXT champion. That may have been Neville, but that may have been Bo Dallas. Who's the longest reigning NXT champion? Let me go. I think it was Finn Balor. It's gotta be Finn Balor. There's no way. Okay, I'm not gonna finish that song. So, just barely Finn Balor is the longest reigning NXT champion. So, yeah. And funny thing, everybody who's had the NXT championship has only had it once. That's a sign. That's a sign. Anyways, whoa. Okay, I just went on the Wikipedia page and I like a cross next to Samoa Joe, like the cross, you know what I'm talking about, the cross. Next to Samoa Joe, I was like, Samoa Joe's dead, what? No, it was just, he's the current champion. So, yeah. Anyways, Finn Balor going on Raw, so, yeah, only gonna watch Raw now. Next, Raw gets another pick in Roman Reigns. Fine. And I love how Booker T was actually putting over the fact that just he's gonna get booed so hard at Battleground that a heel turn is imminent. That's what Booker T said. Like, they told Booker T, you have to put over the fact that we're gonna make him heel now, and everybody can be happy. Okay. So that's Stephanie McMahon's voice. Oh yeah. Anyways, so Roman Reigns on Raw. Then we have John Cena, Johnny Cena, as Santino used to say, is going on SmackDown. Well, at least that's how he said it in SVR 2010, that like special story mode thing. It was really weird. So yeah, John Cena going on SmackDown. He's the third overall pick. Of course, he's the third overall pick. I mean, you know, they had to put AJ Styles over. I'm just saying. Next we have Brock Lesnar going on SmackDown. So on Raw actually. So, you know, that was interesting. Then Randy Orton going on SmackDown. So, the Viper. And also, I read on some article that Randy Orton's pretty much going to pull a Brock Lesnar from now on, and he's going to be part-time. So, basically, SmackDown just lost one pick. They only have 25 now, and Raw has 32. If you don't include part-timers. If you do include part-timers, you know, Raw still buries them alive. Like, they have the better picks, Raw. And they also have more of the better people, I guess you could say. So, they're just more better, you know what I'm saying? So, like, SmackDown, 2 hours on Tuesday nights. Like, pretty much WWE is just, like, they're trying to tell you, Tuesdays, Thursdays are supposed to be boring, so we put SmackDown on it. That's what they're trying to say. That's what they're trying to tell us now. Mondays, you know, is the bad day, the first day of the week. You know, you gotta go back to work, blah blah blah. Here's some good quality wrestling for 3 hours. You know, that's the gimmick with Raw. SmackDown's just like, well, first off, it's blue, so you know, it goes on Thursday. So, yeah. fine. So next we have the New Day going on Raw, the tag team champions, and that's gonna stay on Raw. I have no idea what they're doing for like the tag team championships, because not all the tag teams have been drafted to Raw, so that means it would have to be an inter-brand thing. Which the WWE Tag Team Championships and the Women's Championship, that's the thing that confuses me. They're both on Raw, and there's still women and tag teams that have been drafted to SmackDown. They didn't just put the entire division on one show, and then yeah, so there are gonna be a lot of inter-brand matches. So I guess those 2 pay-per-views a month, those are. Yeah. I don't understand. Like, why can't they just put the whole women's division, a whole tag team division on one, like, thing, on one show, or something like that? I just don't understand that. Like, just put the tag team division on SmackDown and the women's division on Raw. You know, I mean, Raw already has a cruiserweight division, and they had more picks. So, you could. Well, I guess they didn't have more picks in reality if you do the whole Raw gets divas. Well, Raw gets women. That fight is still not out of my mind. Raw gets women. SmackDown gets tag teams. I guess. I don't know. The cruiserweight division is still a thing. So I mean, they're still gonna have more people, sort of. And it's the whole women's roster. So I mean, yeah. But anyways, next up we have Sami Zayn going on Raw, which later on makes no sense. I'll explain why. Then Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. Oh man, what was his name back in the day when he was in NXT? Husky Harris. There we go. Husky Harris going on SmackDown, baby. No more Wyatt family, by the way. You'll find that out later on. Well, no more proper Wyatt family. Should I say complete? Because apparently Luke just pieced out, and he's not wrestling for WWE anymore. I think he said that on his Twitter. I read that on a comment. He said he's not in WWE anymore. He's leaving. So that's weird. And that's even more obvious by the fact that he didn't get drafted. Like only one guy didn't get drafted aside from Luke Harper. So that's always fun. Then we have Sasha Banks going on Raw, still, burying them alive. Then we have Becky Lynch going on SmackDown. Then we have Chris Jericho going on Raw. So, Raw is Jericho now. Then we have Rusev going on Raw. Then we have The Miz going on SmackDown. The Intercontinental Champion going on SmackDown. And the United States Championship on Raw as per usual. Then we have the thing that doesn't make sense. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at Battleground was supposed to be the final thing. Their final match, technically, in their feud and everything, because they didn't know if they were going to part ways. Of course, I don't know who actually wrote the draft, if it's the actual board of directors that actually did the draft themselves, or if it was like the writing team. Because if it's the writing team that did this, then they're pretty like. I now understand the absolute I swear they just they just got all the people who wrote Law and Order and all these things, and then they got them high, and then they're writing the storylines for WWE now, because like Kevin Owens on Raw now. So Sammy and Kevin on the same show. So that the Battleground match makes it has little impact. So much the littlest of impact, really. It's supposed to be the end of the feud, but if anything, Payback didn't teach us that it's not the end of the feud. So still gonna happen. That match is still gonna happen. Then we have Baron Corbin going on SmackDown. BC going on SmackDown. Oh my goodness, his real name. Thomas Pestock. That's the most. If that's the most British name you've ever heard, and the fact that this man ain't British, Thomas Pestock. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Anyways, then we have Enzo and Cass going on Raw, still getting buried alive. Again, making no sense, and the writing team should just. I don't even know what to say to them. Like, seriously. I've never seen a bunch of just, like... Wow, anyways, soon Kaz going on Raw. You'll find out why. It's the very final draft pick. But you'll find out why that's so stupid. Anyways, and why the writing team is SAWFT soft. So, next we have the club going on Raw. So, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So, basically, what they did was they separated AJ Styles from Luke and Carl, but they put them with Finn. So basically, what they're trying to say is they're switching the club leadership thing a little bit to freshen them up, I guess, or something. I don't know, because maybe Finn will actually form the Balor Club finally. I mean, who else could he possibly put in the Balor Club? Here we go. We're checking that. I mean, Baron Corbin could have been one, you know. Now, not many people. So, Balor Club is Finn Balor and the remainder of the club. So, yeah. Then we have the American Alpha going on SmackDown. As soon as I heard, I think it was Daniel that made the pick. As soon as I heard he said ready, I was just like, oh, we're getting DX, and then they drafted American Alpha. Anyways, then we have the Big Show going on Raw, and then we have the man with the greatest hair, the man who loses every single match but still thinks he's relevant, it's Dolph Ziggler going on SmackDown. Then we have the Beast of Samoa, Nia Jax going on Raw. Then we have Neville going on Raw. I'm having a ball, right? Neville going on Raw. You know, that's always good. Then we have Natalya going on SmackDown. And I like how they tried putting over Natalya going on SmackDown. Tried putting over the fact that SmackDown has such a good picks. Right there. Then we have Cesaro going on Raw. And then... the man, the cheesiest man alive. And I mean that literally. Alberto Dorito. He's going on SmackDown. And then finally, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, going on Raw. And that was the final pick on SmackDown Live. Now we're going over to the Draft Center with Renee Young, Corey Graves, the Lucky 13 man, and the book, the greatest book alive, Booker T. The five-time WCW World Champion, Booker T, and Lita. So, you know, yeah. So, first pick on the Draft Center side, the second half of the draft. First pick, Golden Truth, going to Raw. Renee Young, just going wild when she heard that. Like, I swear, that was the funniest thing. Just Renee Young going absolutely bonkers when Golden Truth went on Raw. It was just like, seriously? What did they feed you, Renee? Like, oh my goodness. Anyways, now we have the Uso on SmackDown. SmackDown got a little bit Uso crazy, which means quite a lot, to be honest. Literally are very Uso crazy. Like, you could just go in front of Shane McMahon's face and just go, "You so crazy," because these picks right here. Like, seriously. Then we have Titus O'Neil, the big dog, Titus O'Neil going on Raw, the Irish black man, the first Irish black man in history, Titus O'Neil. Then we have Kane going on SmackDown. Then we have Paige on Raw. Oh man, again, Raw killing SmackDown. Literally, just they grabbed the shovel. Triple H was backstage on Raw and just said, "Pick every good person. Oh, I swear, I'm pulling out my sledgehammer shovel combo, and I'm just gonna smash you in the face, and all your brains is just gonna get buried alive." Or something like that. I don't know what Triple H talks about. I don't know. He's probably talking to the Cruiserweight Classic contenders. Just going, this is your greatest opportunity ever. Do well. That's what he's saying backstage. Then we have Darren Young going on Raw. Darren Young, greatest theme song. Like, I like how nobody's putting over Darren Young's theme song. That thing is just like, it is so like, that's the most. I don't even know. Seriously, that's the most like era transcending song in the world. It just goes from like trumpets and the president's theme song to like, I don't know, some really bad club music ever. You gotta go listen to that thing. It's just so. Oh my goodness! Like, it's worse than the Charlotte theme song in terms of just having like two very different types of genres of songs getting meshed together. Like that. That's just the. I don't even know. That's the Doomsday. No, that's the Two-Face, I guess you could say, of songs. Anyways, Kalisto going on SmackDown and finally one good pick after John Cena. Yes, I put it over John Cena being a good pick. And you're probably going, what about Randy Orton? I said he's gonna be. Well, the words lost me now. Brilliant. He's gonna be a part-timer. So I mean, that's not exactly good. So then we have Sin Cara, who the Lucha Dragons have split up. So that means Kalisto now has the Lucha theme song, and Sin Cara's gone back to his old like his old gothic end of days theme song. I mean, like the Batman theme song, I guess you could say. He's gone back to that. That song right there. Now, we have Naomi going on SmackDown. So, yeah. Then we have Jack Swagger going on Raw. Big Hoss going on Raw. Donald Ager. Oh, yes. Big Hoss. Then we have the Ascension going on SmackDown. That's just the definite. That's just how you know they don't care about SmackDown. By the fact they put the tag team, like the one tag team that has lost practically every single match since debuting on the main roster. Like, literally, the Ascension have been the most abused. Like, they're the Black Mask of the WWE, and they put them on SmackDown just to show you how much they hate SmackDown right now. Like, they put John Cena on it just so the kids and the Indians will watch. But other than that, everybody else is gonna watch Raw. Anyways, so now we got the Dudley Boys going on Raw. We gotta get the shovel. Diva, get the shovel! For Triple H. You remember that time when the Dudley Boys were worth Triple H? They and I think it was Booker T was just worth Triple H, so that's fun. Then we have Zack Ryder going on SmackDown. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. You know he's going on SmackDown because like, basically all you have to know is that all the jobbers and all the people that just WWE haven't cared for, they're just putting them on SmackDown. That's basically what they're trying to tell us right here, that SmackDown's practically useless. Then we have Summer Rae going on Raw. Well, I changed my mind. Summer Rae going on Raw. Then we have Apollo Crews going on SmackDown. Another good pick for SmackDown. Then we have the strongest man alive. The strongest man alive. Hulk Hogan. I mean, Mark Henry going on Raw. Then we have, I honestly don't want to say what I'm going to say, but Alexa Bliss going on SmackDown. You can think of all the things I can say about that. Just by the name, SmackDown and Alexa Bliss. Just know something's brewing inside my head. I'm not gonna say it. Then we have Braun Strowman going on Raw. So the Wyatt family getting split up. So Braun Strowman, the big dog, the biggest man, going on Raw. And yeah, they decided to put the least important. Well, I say the least important. Eric Rowan is the least important member of the Wyatt family, but like the second least important worst wrestler on the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, and they decided to put him on the flagship show, the show that has the best people. Like, it's just a fact. The Raw has the best people. They decided that Braun Strowman was among those people. So yeah. Then we have Breezango going on SmackDown. Nothing to say about that. Wow, like, I'm actually feeling bad for people who are gonna watch SmackDown. I'm not gonna watch SmackDown. I'm telling you that right now. The only reason why people will watch SmackDown is because Danny Bryan's on it. I'm assuming that because AJ Styles is on it. And then the main reason why SmackDown's gonna get the most views, John Cena. Because John Cena, he has the best demographic of fans, I guess you could say. There's a lot more kids who watch Raw and SmackDown, who watch WWE, than actual adults. The only adults who watch Raw and SmackDown are the kids from back at the Attitude Era and the Hulk Hogan era and all those times. Those are the only adults now that are watching Raw and SmackDown, only because of nostalgia and just because they want to stick to it, I guess. I don't know. Like, those are the only people who watch Raw and SmackDown. The other people are just Indian people and kids. So, now all of them are just gonna watch SmackDown now. So, I mean, I guess that's the reason why they just put all these useless people on SmackDown, so that they could like, I don't know, probably just people aren't just gonna tune in or something until John Cena is on the show. I have no idea. I just have no idea. Anyways, we have Bo Dallas going on Raw. You gotta believe Bo Dallas is going on Raw. Then we have Eva Marie. You know what that thing I was talking about, how the Ascension was just the definition of just SmackDown, really, of SmackDown's situation right now. Eva Marie going on SmackDown. That's the real nail in the coffin right here. You may have fought Kevin Owens or Cesaro or whoever else they drafted on Raw, like Rusev or Chris Jericho. All of these people, you probably thought they were the nail in the coffin. No. Eva Marie getting drafted to SmackDown is a real nail in the coffin. Like that's the moment when you realize you're not gonna watch SmackDown. It's when Eva Marie is on it. Like the only reason why people didn't watch NXT is because Eva Marie was on it. Now she's on SmackDown, just like, good grief, man. And the best part, they split up Eva Marie and Nia Jax. So I guess that's the thing. Then we have the Shining Stars, Primo and Epico, going on Raw. So, yeah. Man, I really wish Carlito would come back. I really wish Carlito would come back. But, yeah. We spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. That's their theme song. That's Raw's theme song right now. We spit in the face of SmackDown because they are not cool. That's just the theme song now. They should just change it to that. Then we have the Vaudevillains going on SmackDown. Honestly, I believe that's a good pick. I mean, I like the Vaudevillains. I mean, their entrance is just lit. Also, Mauro Ranallo saying lit last night on SmackDown. Like, Mauro Ranallo made the most references to just pop culture than like Byron Saxton, the only young guy there who's supposed to say those kind of references. No, it was Mauro Ranallo. Like, not Jerry, and not Byron, not even Michael Cole. Mauro Ranallo said, "SmackDown." Who was it? SmackDown is lit. This match is lit. Then he's saying Taylor Swift versus Kim Kardashian, and then just like they just gave Mauro Ranallo all the stupid lines. Just like, anyways, then we have Alicia Fox going on Raw, Eric Rowan going on SmackDown. So at least we still have Eric and Eric and Bray still in the same sea, same ocean, same pool. Then we have Dana Brooke going on Raw. Of course, you had to put her on Raw to join Charlotte because too many things breaking up right now. Then we have Honestly, I think that that's a good pick because what is Zack Ryder actually on SmackDown? Yeah, Zack Ryder is actually on SmackDown. So now we have Mojo Rawley. So the Hype Bros, they're coming back. They're coming back for more Hype Bros. Mojo Rawley drafted from NXT. And we have one member of the Social Outcast. There we go. I forgot their name. Curtis Axel. If you thought that was Adam Rose, you have been watching wrestling for about a year. Um, Adam Rose is just never relevant anymore. Just like ever since he dropped the Leo Kruger thing, just the just that gimmick, just him being Crocodile Dundee. Since he dropped that, it's game over. And final pick, which I said this is the final pick that makes the draft makes no sense. Carmella getting drafted to SmackDown, literally the worst. Like Carmella getting drafted to SmackDown. Enzo and Cass being on Raw. We're not gonna get the full trio. We're not gonna get it until the next draft. That's just no. No, I'm not gonna accept that, okay? I'm not going to accept. I'm not gonna accept this, alright? I ain't accepting this. They need to do another draft. That's just what's gonna happen now. They're doing a redraft right now. Just to fix the problems. You know, they're gonna do the ultimate edition of the draft to fix everything. So, yeah, a few notes here. So, the Wyatt family, the club, and the Lucha Dragons are the only tag teams who got broken up via the draft. Well, technically, the Lucha Dragons had already broken up on Raw, but, you know, that's beside the point. Then we have, of the 6 NXT drafts, only Finn Balor and Nia Jax, the two of them, have gone on Raw. So basically, when Shane and Daniel were talking about how it's the new era, blah blah blah. Basically, they mean they were gonna draft uh, 4/6 of of the draft picks. Okay, so yeah. Then a lot of basically Raw has the most championships. It has the women's championship, the tag team championships, the United States championships, and the cruiserweight championship because they have a cruiserweight division coming up. So yeah, that's gonna be coming up. So that's 4 titles for Raw and 2 is for SmackDown. So you know, yeah, got the WWE Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, the most prestigious. They're going on SmackDown, but you know the people who are holding them. I mean, not Dean Ambrose, but The Miz. Did I even mention The Miz got drafted to SmackDown? Have I forgotten that already? I don't know. It's been a long time. I've been recording this for about 33 minutes. Then, basically, you know how people say, oh, Ty Dillinger, oh, Dolph Ziggler, they're the true jobbers. No, the real true jobber here. The real true jobber. The man, who didn't get drafted to SmackDown. The saddest thing. Even SmackDown didn't want him, and SmackDown's so bad already. Heath Slater, the man. Heath Miller the third. Alright, Mr. Miller didn't get drafted whatsoever. So, yeah, they're trying to put over Heath Slater like crazy by being the only undrafted member of the WWE, the main roster. So, you know, he's gonna appear on both shows or something, or he's gonna go down to NXT. I have no idea. Either they're trying to put him over super hard, or they're burying him under SmackDown. If SmackDown's getting buried 6 feet under, Heath is just he's just he's already in hell at this point. That's what I'm trying to say right now. He's in Hades. He's in Tartarus. He's all the way down there. He's in the core. Right? Seriously, Heath Slater, poor Heath Slater, man. Oh my goodness, that's the saddest thing. This Heath Slater is such a jobber at this point that they didn't even draft him. Good grief. Oh man. Oh, dude. All right. So now we're heading into the second half of this podcast, where we're gonna be talking about the various feuds that can happen. I didn't actually write down any notes or anything like this. So this is just gonna come from just my thinking at seeing the roster right now. So seeing the roster right now, first, mini top 10, basically. Number 10, we have Jack Swagger versus Sin Cara. No, we have, let's see. Number 10 for Raw. This is for Raw. Well, should it be for Raw? Wait a second. Oh, hold up a second. SM Raw 9, 10. So wait a second. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. No, so SmackDown. We're starting off with SmackDown. Of course, first thing I'm thinking of right now is John Cena versus AJ Styles. That's just like this isn't a proper top 10, but yeah, AJ Styles versus John Cena is the first thing that pops up when you think of the feuds that are gonna happen on SmackDown. Then we have on Raw, obviously, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That's just a thing that's gonna happen. Then on SmackDown, we have Randy Orton versus The Miz. No, Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio, because that's one of the only people that Randy Orton can really fight on SmackDown. Really, that actually has the legitimacy to fight him. Like, I mean, really, that's the only person I can think of right now. I mean, The Miz, probably, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, nah. Like, only Alberto Del Rio, a former world champion, only he really that can really fight Randy Orton. Unless they do a ton of inter-brand stuff, then yeah, that's the only real person that Randy Orton can face. Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio. Next, we have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. So, yeah, that's the thing. Then, I'm not even counting it. I'm just saying a bunch of feuds, and then once it reaches 10, I guess I'll think. Then, on SmackDown, we have John Cena versus Randy Orton, just to get rid of that. Then, on Raw, we have The New Day versus the Club, I guess. What tag teams do we really have on Raw? The Dudley Boys, Enzo and Cass, maybe Enzo and Cass for SummerSlam. New Day versus Enzo and Cass for SummerSlam for the tag team championships. Yeah. Then we have for SmackDown, we have Bray Wyatt versus, again, not that many good people to face Bray Wyatt. John Cena. Just everybody versus John Cena at this point. That's what I'm trying to say. Then on Raw, we have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, if Finn isn't actually a heel. Then on SmackDown again, going into... Can't really say going into the women, because there's not that many good women on Raw. On SmackDown, really, if you think about it. I mean, you have Carmella. We have Carmella. Like, even the bad women went on Raw. Like, we have Eva Marie. Eva Marie versus the World. She's obviously gonna just break all their necks because of multiple botches. Then on Raw, we have Cesaro versus Neville is always a match I'd like to see. Really, they're both really, they got like different styles, but their styles are so good and unique. It's just like you would like to see them in a match. So just as a match, Cesaro versus Neville. Then on SmackDown, back on SmackDown, we have, I don't know, The Miz versus The Miz versus what? The Miz versus Kane? Kalisto. The Miz versus Kalisto. That's the thing that they can do. Next on Raw, we have... I think this is the final one. I think I've done 5 for each now. For Raw, we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Obviously, that's going to happen. Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho, probably too. Who knows? Like Raw, you could do a million things with Raw. Whereas SmackDown's just like maybe these guys for like 5 months. this one feud for 5 months. Just that's the whole pay per view. Just the one match. It's gonna be spent around 2 hours. Just the final deletion. I don't know how long the final. Was the final deletion on like 15 minutes? I think that was. Then on SmackDown, the final one. Just because we have American Alpha versus the Ascension. American Alpha versus Breezango? Wait, Vaudevillains. American Alpha versus the Vaudevillains. Here we go. That's a match. And I guess just one more for Raw because you can just do a million with him. Like, seriously. So, now we have, I don't know, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again, I guess. That's probably what they're gonna do. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. That should be an interesting thing to happen, really. So, yeah, that's really it for that. Now, let me just talk about something a little bit different here. Let me talk about my predictions compared to that. I got really close, to be honest. Like, I put Finn on SmackDown or something. I think I put Finn on SmackDown. Okay, so little cut there. Um, so right now Raw is doing pretty. Like they got the cruiserweight class, the cruiserweight division. They have more people on their roster. They have the most championships on their roster. Basically, what they're trying to say is Raw will always be better than SmackDown, even if John Cena and Daniel Bryan will be on SmackDown. That's what they're trying to say. And the sad thing is, this is gonna be how the thing is for like the next year. Like I don't know when the next draft is. Is the next draft around WrestleMania, like post WrestleMania, the first Raw after WrestleMania, is gonna be like the last SmackDown before the final pay per view of Battleground? Like, is it just that? I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, anyways, like I drafted a few people. I'm pretty sad that Bobby Roode didn't make a draft. I would have liked to see Bobby Roode. Like Bobby Roode and AJ Styles practically like the same thing. Really, they were both in TNA, so they know how the American style is. They both are pretty good, you know. I mean, and they have for Bobby Roode, he practically has nothing going on. So, you know, like slightly sad that Bobby Roode didn't make it, but yeah. Well, at least we get like the new club now, the Balor Club, I guess, on Raw. Also, is Zach? So pretty much what they're trying to say. They just gave us spoilers for Battleground, pretty much. That's what they just did. Because if Zack Ryder is on SmackDown and the United States Championship is a Raw thing, a Raw Championship, then that means that Zack is gonna lose. And if Darren is on Raw, if I think they put him on Raw. If he's on SmackDown, then that makes sense. No, he's on Raw. So basically, what they're trying to say is Rusev is gonna beat Zack Ryder and Miz is gonna beat Darren Young. Just without a shadow of a doubt, that's gonna happen. So, yeah, basically that's what's happening right now. So, yeah, draft was sort of retarded in many ways, but at least it happened, and now we have a brand split. So, you know, yeah. I was gonna say SmackDown's a bit relevant now. No, it's not really. Like, I mean, John Cena is the only person who's gonna get them all the views, really. I mean, no. Oddly enough, people don't like AJ Styles for some reason. I have no idea. It's not just like it's. I think it's only the marks who hate AJ Styles or something. I have no idea. Cause like, seriously, I don't know. But anyways, that's it for the podcast. In terms of future videos and stuff, I have a few videos planned. I got a top 10 upcoming superhero video games video planned. I have a what, I don't know really. As I said, gaming videos might come around, I don't know, October or something, if everything goes really like December, January, if everything goes topside. But if everything goes really well, about end of next month, I think, is when the gaming videos will come. But there will be gaming videos. I will tell you that. Unless Share Factory is not free, in which case, just don't watch the channel, I guess. Hold up, is Share Factory actually free or not? Because if it ain't, then yeah, you're not gonna see gaming videos. But if it is free, then you will be seeing gaming videos on the channel. I have a Battleground predictions video on Saturday or Sunday, who knows, or maybe even Friday if I just decide to do it early, and then a few new, probably a Gametroller news alert, but I haven't really gotten to news, and there hasn't really been that much news. I mean, since E3, everything just died out. I mean, there was a Telltale Batman trailer yesterday. Maybe I could possibly, hopefully, upload that at some point and give like a reaction breakdown to it or something like that. I have no idea. But other than that, I have a Gametroller game concepts video coming up. So a game concept video on Batman Gotham Knight, and then I have a special video planned, and just as a little bit of spoilers, it's based on One Piece. So yeah, over the next couple of weeks, maybe even the month, if I just decide I'm not gonna record that much, we have a ton of content coming. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little podcast. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in a new video coming, I think probably tomorrow or something like that. Troll on, baby!
They wanna talk, well what they talking about? I see them running their mouth, but they ain't talking loud. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. Take a look in my eyes, got them shook when I rise. Got the game on lock, I came to the